Last week we left off with you guys talking to a nobleman, taking a job for him, and leaving peacefully. Getting ready to, the next day, board the Fairy Queen.
Hold on. What I want to know is, how can we just have one of us do that spell thing one at a time
What spell thing?
to make him forget?
Oh! to make him...
To get rich off of nothing.
Because you have to have the material for it?
Yeah, well, that should have been our life goal.
Well, it could be your life goal
it's kind of fucking late now, isn't it?
Oh, we can still do it.
Yeah, he does have a point. You could.
That he paid, and then say, "Oh, hey, we're here for the ad. Please give us money." I'm just kidding. Go.
I was just waiting for you to finish. I'm like, I'm good with this.
I would love to have invested in Microsoft when I was born, but that didn't work out so well for me.
Oh, you didn't? I thought everybody did.
Where's your mansion?
Oh, it's...
Oh, wait, you're only like 7. Microsoft is already expensive.
I bought 7 Batmobiles. What'd you buy?
It's like, look, 1 Batmobile, 2 Batmobile. I thought you were actually going to start busting out your Batmobiles.
I would have bought 1 Batmobile and a Bat Cave.
I have a Michael Keaton Batman.
Just randomly sitting there. If you didn't have a Batman or Batman paraphernalia within arm's reach, I would seriously question what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I got at least 4 things within arm's reach. This is probably my favorite thing, though.
I can see why. I have a Harlequin, but she's not within arm's reach. She's a little further away.
Oh, must not be that much of a fan.
Mostly my thing of figures is just across the room.
Oh, there you go.
I have a shelf now. I need to start moving things over here, but that's just something I have to do at some point. Alright, so yeah, you guys are going to all board and ride the Fairy Queen today. Bat Dad. And...
ready to play D&D.
Pink, the look on your face. He's just like... Alright.
Okay.
So, is there anything you guys wanted to do before you ride the Fairy Queen?
I believe I already did.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Can I go get, like, another health potion?
Yeah, it costs 50 gold.
Wait, did I get out of that bar okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't go to the bar, actually. You went to the temple to...
Did they get out of the bar in one piece?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Okay.
It just was very late by the time they did. Well, not for Gruck. Gruck left a little earlier. Saxon stayed all night and drank his potion to get rid of the hangover and sleep only 2 hours. How much gold do you have, Pink?
I have enough, technically, but I'm wondering if I could just steal a health potion.
You could try.
Like, is there a person that looks like he would have a health potion just walking down a dark alley?
No. Not just walking down a dark alley, no.
That I could lure down a dark alley?
And their kid is Bruce Wayne.
No.
Hey, man, free candy.
The dice do not love you right now.
Is there just a person that I could lure down a dark alley?
Yeah. There are several. There's not a lot of dark alleys. They're mostly in the business section, where all the warehouses are. But there is a few that you could do. I'm all for you guys extending your services to the guard services to the city.
Is there a way I could do this with no witnesses?
I don't know. Is there? Can you come up with whatever method you need to do so?
Like, my initial thought is make myself look like somebody else. Ask this dude to come down the dark alley, ask him for some money. If he says no, then kill him and take his money.
Excuse me, sir. Could you follow me down this dark, foreboding alley? No.
Yeah, not really. Like, I don't think Saxon really thought this one through.
Most
Like,
of the
Right
people...
now, he just kind of wants to pull up in a giant white van that says free candy on the side and hope.
Most of the people that do thieving in this town do it in the marketplace, where it's very crowded. And they are known for their sleight of hand with the cut purse style.
I am not.
So...
Wait a minute. How about this gold bracelet that I found in the crypts? How much is that worth?
That one, you can find out.
Going to.
Okay, so you go to the marketplace?
Yes.
In the morning? Alright. You'll start asking around, I'm assuming. Give me a investigation check.
Go to a jewelry shop, that kind of thing. Yes!
Yeah, you'll be able to find the best deal possible, and you'll be able to get 25 gold for it. During the entire time you're doing that, however, you do have a little imp that is following you around and going, "Don't forget the tooth. You said you'd buy me something nice. Don't forget the tooth. Sell the tooth. I want something nice." Do you recall this? You had him pull a tooth out of a dead thing, and you said that if he did that, you would buy something nice for him with it, for all the stuff he's been doing.
Oh, yeah, gold tooth.
So don't forget the tooth.
Gold tooth. And the gold tooth.
The gold tooth actually is fairly well crafted, and you'll be able to get a whole 2 gold for it.
Sweet.
And he wants something nice. Give me something nice!
You know what? He did a badass job, I'm sure, in the guard room. At least he looks happy.
Actually, you haven't heard exactly what happened, but you do know that the A1 guard shack is closed to all visitors right now. And only guard personnel are allowed in there.
What? What happened?
High five.
So, not sure. You can go inquire if you really want to.
No, I'm good.
Okay, while I'm in the marketplace, God, what kind of things is he into? Can I ask him?
Well, mischief, generally. Poisons, hurting people, watching people suffer, torture, mischief.
So if I get you a poison, do you promise not to use it on me or any of my party members / NPCs we're currently working with or for?
You can see him thinking. Because you can see him, even though he's invisible. He's sitting there, and he's actually trying to figure out exactly what you're meaning.
Okay, me, Grux, Bull, Thorn, Yananoli, that one nobleman that we're currently working for, anybody on the ship while we're on the ship.
What about the dragon?
You can get away with it. But remember, he can see. Also, if it's crazy amusing, when you do it, I'll buy you another one later.
No, it's not a deal. Of course, it's up because he's an imp and tiny.
Yeah, no. I'm just going to be that one random guy that's standing there looking down, and then, there's one high five, and then a shake. And then I'm going to go hunt down a poison.
All right, you're gonna have to give me another investigation roll for that one. All right, you're able to at least keep off the radar of law enforcement while you're going around asking about poisons. Unfortunately, you're not able to find any really highly illegal poisons, but you do find somebody that is selling poisons that are more what people would refer to as joke poisons.
Okay, I will ask him, does he want one of these, or does he want to wait until I can find him something a little more potent?
He's going to browse the selection, seeing what they have there. It's things like, basically like laxatives, or things that turn people's skin purple. You know, random little things like that, little alchemical things that are
Okay.
more prank-oriented.
If he gets one of these, he just has to promise not to use it on me or the guy we're working for. Read the nobleman. Everybody else is fair game, and he can use it whenever he wants.
He looks at the laxative one and goes, "That would have been useful last night."
Okay, when we get on the boat, you're going to have to tell me what happened.
You're just sitting there talking, and the guy's like, "I'm not going on a..."
No, in the head.
Okay, I was just having
When I
that.
communicate with him, it's, unless I say otherwise, always going to be telepathically.
Okay, see, I like the concept of your character being batshit crazy, where everybody's just like, it's just Saxon sitting there talking to himself.
There might be like snide comments back and forth occasionally, but legit conversations.
Okay.
Mostly because I don't want to accidentally confess to anything. Read, I'll get you whatever you want, but then something about last night. Like I don't want to
Okay.
accidentally do that.
That makes sense. Yeah, he'll have you pick up one of these. I have yet to determine which one it is yet. I will let you know when the prank happens. But he'll pick one and tell you he wants that one, and it is 10 gold.
All right, I'll do that for him.
You're like, and it'll be amusing as hell.
Yeah,
He
and
is
then the hell with
literally like a little kid in a candy store. He is extremely excited.
Does this dude want to buy some holy water?
Not really. However, there are
Okay.
places that you could sell it to. From what I hear, the crypt keepers are always in trying to buy a steady supply of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, peace out. And then we'll go back to the ship. The hell with the healing potion. I forgot I had healing spells now. Actually, no, fuck it. I do want to have one just in case I go out. What did you say, 50 gold?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to know what he bought? I will
Yeah,
whisper it to you.
That's technically I bought it.
It's got 2 doses.
All right. The rules are you can't use it on me or the guy that's paying us.
All right. Ed
Everyone
Grook is sitting
else,
there going, "Hell no."
I don't care. He just can't get caught.
Okay, so the rule is he can't get caught and can't use it on you or anybody paying you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he has that now. He kind of puts it in his
Always-
pocket. It's a little extra dimensional space he has apparently. He just puts it like on the side of his, and it just disappears. So,
And the more amusing it is, the more I'm going to be willing to spend next time.
which is understandable. All right, so is there anything else anybody needs to do before you guys get on to the Fairy Queen?
Nope, that's pretty much it. How long did you say it was? Has it been since I talked to that guy about that journal?
Today would be day 2.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, you have a little bit till that's going to be done.
Yeah, well, if it was like a week or two, then I'd say, oh, go check on him, see how it's going. But yeah, not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so it's looks like it's out on sea because it's the easiest way to do it. But it gives you a little picture of what it looks like on the top. That is the Fairy Queen. And you guys, as you're approaching it, you can see several crew members on it moving back and forth, as well as the captain that you guys had met the day before.
He's gonna be impressed.
And you guys approach the ship. And you can see, as you're coming up, he sees you, looking at you, Saxon, specifically, as you guys are walking up to the, why would he ever do that? Walking up to the ship, and he looks a little perplexed. He will actually, perplexed enough to actually deboard the ship and meet you on the dock, because his ship is the last one on the dock. So you're obviously heading towards his ship.
I'm just gonna throw out somebody else might want to take this one.
What are you all doing here? Alright, what are you doing here is what he says specifically. Looks at you for a second, Saxon, glances to Gruck, and then he kind of looks everybody else over real fast. The little one and the tall blue one.
We're here to set sail.
I think you're at the wrong ship.
Nope, this is the right ship. This is what we were told to come on.
Who sent you?
Your mom?
So, some rich nobleman needed help.
And the rich nobleman's name, because saying rich nobleman is very specific.
You're right. Forgive me.
Mr.
Gruck?
Sadler. Was his name Sadler?
No.
Damn.
Is it
Fuck.
whatever, McDonald?
Yeah.
You guys can roll an intelligence check. It's funny because Tim's the one that's always taking notes about the names.
Yeah,
He has like a notebook next to him and he's wrote everything down.
Well, I keep telling myself that I'm going to go back and watch all the things and write down all the names, important shit that happened.
Varian Sharp. His name is Lord Varian Sharp.
Sharp. Yeah.
You're
I
not
wrote
very
down the
sharp.
captain's name. I didn't write down his name.
I'll just kind of whisper that to Gruck.
Like literally whisper or in the head?
No, like clearly just whisper it.
So you
Oh
say,
shit! There it is. Okay, I missed it.
Like put his neck, put my hands above my, mouth, and
so he'll tell you.
So we were sent here by Nobleman Sharp.
do we have to call him Lord? Like, how does that work here?
He's not my
It's technically his title, but only if you are under his patronage do you have to call him Lord by law.
Oh.
So, usually people will do so just because it is a point of, not pride, a point of respect.
Respect.
Yeah, best way to put
Yeah,
it.
well, that's not happening.
But-
He has not yet earned my respect.
So, what purpose did he send you here for?
Keep your ship safe.
Not
Can't
what I
even
was
believe that
going
I
to
can
say.
keep my ship safe. Oh, it really doesn't
Well,
trust me.
apparently you haven't.
It seems as though you've been having difficulty in that regard.
It's true, I've had some difficulty, but I have a crew this time that I'm pretty sure can handle any situation. Yeah, come on board. I don't have a lot of extra bed. Take the staterooms for now, but if we get passengers, there's no extra beds, you'll have to sleep in the storeroom.
Amenities are of no concern to us.
Yeah.
You mean we, white man?
He's actually gray. Greenish a little
Like a
bit.
greenish gray, but it's like a faded dark green.
Like OBDUs.
Oh.
What do you...
Total new plan.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I like it whenever Pink says that. I mean, me as
No, no,
DM,
no.
I love it, but
Continue.
I feel bad for you guys whenever he says that. All right,
I feel
and also
bad for
since
the
Saxon's
NPC.
wasted 2 nat 20s, this is going to be an awesome game.
Shit, yes, it is.
All right, so he'll step to the side and motion you on board. We're setting sail in about an hour. Do you know anything about sailing, any of you? If you're going to be here, I'd like to make you useful.
You do it on the water.
Boats are made of wood.
And he's going to look to Saxon.
Sail.
Right, so crow's nest duty.
The captain uses his magic to propel the ship from place to place.
Use my magic to do something else to get inside your head. Alright, get on the ship. Get on.
Oh, the urge to just roll a deception check and be like, yeah, dude, I'm pro.
Go for it. If you want to.
No.
Oh, come on,
Saxon
you
is
know
smart
it'd be
enough to know
entertaining.
that while it would be funny for 15 minutes, he actually wants to get there safely. And I don't know that he can swim that far.
Alright, so he'll get you guys all on. And the sailors will get everything else ready to leave. And you guys will depart. Actually, all of you have arrived from other lands to here, so you've been on ships before. This ship is actually of A1 make. That's easy to tell. Each country has a very distinct style of ship making. This one's definitely from A1. So 2 of you have actually been on a ship like this before, for sure. While A1 is not known for a lot of trade aspects, their ships are known for the best trade ships. So, it has the most cargo hold. Least prepared for war, though. So. Alright, so they will set sail, and given you guys don't really have any spatial knowledge, they set off in a direction towards
The
the
sun
land.
rises in the east, sets in the west, and guess from there.
But it's straight up. You guys left at noon.
We're going west.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, by the time you guys are actually making directions, you guys will be able to realize that you are heading to the south and slightly to the east. I had to look at a map in my head. So, south, southeast type direction. So, and he will, as you guys are getting sail, everything is taken care of. He comes down to the rooms, which is basically over here. Each one of you will have your own room for now. Right, so these ships are kind of slow. It's going to be a 2-day journey to get down there. And we'll be docking to Rafah. And during that time, we'll be there for about a day, loading up some cargo, unloading cargo, and then setting sail again the day after. So if you want to do anything in Rafah, you can. Just be back on board. I'm not going to wait around for any of you. If you get left, you get left. You're not important to the crew. You're just important to the Lord. So please be on ship for his sake.
Okay.
Outside of that, Everybody does have to pull their own weight around here in some way, and since you all have no knowledge, I got a ship deck that needs scrubbing after dinner.
All right. Good for you.
And you
Yeah, I was just
four will
gonna
be
say,
doing it.
congratulations.
You four will be doing it. Dinner will be served on deck as the sun goes down. Be
Boy,
there
I
if you
really
want
wish I
food.
had an invisible imp.
Be there if you want. Have fun on my ship. Give me perception checks from everybody.
Oh dear God, he just gave me carte blanche.
Geez, Saxon, on fire with the rolls today.
Hells to the yeah.
Alright, well, actually, you all will notice a few things. First off, he is, he's a little shifty with things. Like, he seems uncomfortable that you guys are there. Not uncomfortable in your presence, just uncomfortable that you guys are on the ship. That's the first thing you guys will notice fairly quickly. He just seems at unease. Saxon, you will notice specifically he has a ring on that seems to be of magical construction. It actually has a sigil on it. Your perception's well enough to see it fairly well. Give me an arcane check to see if you can figure out what it is.
Come on, not 20. Okay.
It seems to be a ring of mind shielding. On that roll, you're going to realize that those potions that you guys were talking about that could wipe memories would not work as well on somebody wearing a ring of mind shielding.
When'd you get
Tell
that?
it.
However, with that said, it also, there's something a little off about the ring too. It doesn't look like a typical ring of mind shielding. It looks like it has a slightly different metal or something. It could just be an aesthetic, you're not sure.
Or it's a ring of mind control.
Looks just like a ring of mind shielding. And he'll go, had it about a year.
You know what it does?
Keeps the Lord from reading my mind as I walk up his stairs.
You sure that's all?
Well, there's other things that doesn't matter to me much. I think it keeps people from skeering you or something like, I don't know, magic stuff. All I know is the Lord can't read my mind. It's worth the gold.
Why don't you want him to read your mind?
Do you want people reading your private thoughts? It's just weird.
Yeah,
you're barely around
totally then.
How often are you around him, though?
I've been working for him and his family for 15 years, although he's only been this paranoid for the last 3 or so.
So, if you're so close to him, why do you need to block your mind from him? He should already know how you think.
He should. That's why he shouldn't have to.
But why are you concerned about that, then?
I don't have to explain myself to you, but it feels like an invasion of my privacy. And I prefer my privacy.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, thank God Gruck rolled good because that one did not.
What exactly?
I'm guessing we're both looking. I want to see if he's telling the truth, or if he's trying to hide something.
Trying to read his attitude while he's making those statements.
It was, some of it was pretty obvious. He seems off-put that you guys are even questioning it. Almost surprised that you don't understand that it just feels wrong for somebody to just read your mind. The other thing you're noticing with that is he does seem to have a strong dislike for magic. You can definitely tell that in his tone of voice with it.
So then why does he have a magical item?
Magic, magic, fight magic.
Can I just, like, I don't think he's. We need to investigate that ring. Something's, like, I will say that in both of your heads, one at a time, I guess. Like, something's off with that ring. And I don't think he knows what it is.
He doesn't seem to know much about magic at all.
Yeah, like, I don't think whatever is wrong with that ring is intentional on his part. I think that, but I something strikes me as off.
We should ask him where he got it.
If you're saying that in my mind, can I respond telepathically as well, or
Yes. Yeah, we
Okay.
can. Once I initiate the conversation, we can keep it up for I think like a minute
Well, actually, I think
Have
you just
you-
break concentration on it, so.
or that. Yeah.
Saxton, have you already investigated the ring with confidence?
I mean, from sight, it's a different metal than is usually used. It looks different.
As you guys are just standing there kind of looking back and forth at each other, he'll just kind of see a supper and he'll wander off at that point.
It's different than it's okay. Fine. Once he's out of earshot, then we can hold this conversation. It's different than your standard ring of mind control or of mind shielding. Something's off with it, and I don't think he is apt enough to recognize what would be wrong with it itself.
Well, how about we ask him where he got it from?
Well, he's clearly not one to agree to be questioned readily.
Not really
I think
questioning, just like, oh, that's a cool ring. Where'd you get it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
Oh, I lost sound.
Well-
Hold
Obviously.
on. Hold on 1 second. I can't hear anything.
And that's the story of how I became the power.
Okay. My headphones aren't connecting. Say something. I want to make sure it's not too loud.
What?
I'm adjusting my actual volume so you guys don't have feedback.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Are you guys getting feedback from that?
No.
Okay. Gotta adjust this real quick. Alright. So there we go. I'll just go with that way then. Oh. Alright, so yeah, you were saying he's not the kind of person that's going to be questioned.
Not readily and not willingly. So we need to somehow convince him to let us take a look at the ring and have him believe it would be in his interest, like, to willingly do so. And clearly there's only one way I know how to get somebody to do that.
I'm not stripping.
How do you know how to do that?
After taking a look at the ring, can I do like a intelligence check or something as to how it should, like, what is the difference between a properly made ring of shielding and the one that he has?
Since you know the subject that you're talking about now with this, give me an arcane check at advantage. There's quite a few things. The ring of mind shielding, depending on where it's from, depends on how it's made. It can be radically different from country to country. However, there is some consistencies from every country. The sigil is always correct. It always has. It's always made from a type of silver. It has to be silver, and I can't remember what the symbol is, or there's an object type thing on it. Let's see.
Good.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, part of it like where a diamond would be on a typical ring, looks kind of like a brain. It's usually either a gem or a carving of some sort that has a dual lobe look to it.
What
Which it
what
had
does
that.
no? So it wasn't made with silver. His.
If it was silver, it was a different type of silver that he's not very familiar with. Thank you, David. So you'd have to get a closer look at it to tell for sure.
Matt, you want to give me a minute? I gotta go switch over laundry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna walk up to him and ask him if I can take a closer look at that ring.
I'm just gonna go up the deck and just ask.
Here, hold on.
Because
Dude.
weren't we already talking to him about the ring?
Yeah, but he walked away when we.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
He walked away when. You're fine, Matt. I'm just talking to him. He walked away after we started talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
guys still
he's-
are down there. You can talk. Yeah. Discuss.
So pretty much, it's like what Pink said. Like pretty much going up to him and talking to him, like asking about the ring again would be an annoyance, and it'd be kind of obvious.
I'm assuming you were just talking to him. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm just talking to him
Okay. The wife is throwing
That-
things at me, so.
because I was saying we should ask him like where it was from or whatever, and Pink's like, well, he's gone already, so it's pretty much the same thing in a sense.
I'm not throwing it at you, though.
Well, for right now, I don't get the impression that he's in on it.
Oh no! Well, now, no, I wouldn't
Yeah.
think so.
So, I mean, whether it's annoying to him or not, I don't think it would really be that big of a problem to further question him about the ring.
Well,
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
you could, if you want to persuade him. How good's your persuasion?
It's not.
How could you persuasion? I have persuasion?
Like, how do you persuade people to do things?
I have 5 in
Hold up your
persuasion. If you wanted me to persuade him, or try to.
I mean, I was thinking about just going up and asking him.
Okay, well, I mean you can do that too.
Give me 1 second, guys. I will be back, like, 2-3 minute break if you guys want to, like, get up, use the restroom, grab a drink or something like that.
Okay.
So.
No, you've been back enough times. I'll be back.
I just need to know for a second.
Did you see the things I pulled up on your computer?
Yes.
Including Smile.
Yes.
I
Um.
realized the things I had put in there. There's
I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
All right.
For like 6 bucks a piece. Had a fairies one and a fairies one.
That works.
Like 6 bucks a piece.
That works.
So if we wanted, I can see if tomorrow if they have any Amazon coupons. They said sometimes they have extras in the office that I can purchase to $25 gift cards and stuff like that. And then we can order tomorrow off of Smile. Haven't we been doing orders through Smile?
Yeah.
Okay. Because apparently every time I look at the thing, like the monthly report, it said they were $0.
That's because on their end, it doesn't calculate until the end of the year.
Okay.
But we've done. I wouldn't say all of them. About half of them we've ordered through
Yeah.
Smile. That last one I forgot to do through Smile.
Okay. Darn. That's a big order too.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So.
So yeah. And then also again with all the different job opportunities do you want me to see first off? Because I want to get the nightlight sooner than later. Kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out.
Because right now, our
Oh,
thing has
man.
$50. It's like $57 in their cart. But that includes Descendants, Descendants 2, Guardians.
I moved the other one back into it. Lion King.
Oh, you moved it back into it?
I thought it was pulled out because it wasn't available.
Oh.
So, well, it's easy to move it back out.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Then that makes it $80, and I'll see how many they have. Because then I'll do 3 gift cards of $25. No, $75. Because I'm still going to give his portion back to the church. Double dip.
Yeah, sorry, I got like real dizzy there, like real dizzy.
It's okay. I just want to
Oh. You're wearing your donation shirt. You're wearing your donation shirt. From
I
the
is.
Force thing? Yeah? Comfy?
Oh yeah, fucking soft as hell.
Told you we should have bought
Love it.
this.
So, Kayla and I were talking about doing the one that gave us all 3 of them. But
I should have, but I don't know. I didn't.
we didn't donate quite that much. I mean, it's a tax write-off either way.
I love
It's still a
our
charitable donation, so...
kids. I love our kids. It's been a disaster.
Yeah, and they're starting to get up to my D&D shelf.
They stand here and they get to all the shelves.
Okay.
I have to move my books up there, I guess.
Well, not just your books, Matt. Like, it's not your shelf. It's the kids.
I know. And I want to keep my D&D books, good.
No, I'm trying to get. Oh, I know. Trust me. Matt. I am like constantly picking up.
It's because they're 2 and 3, basically. 1.5 and 3. That's what they do. So. And then it doesn't help living with me. I don't pick up after me very well.
You don't pick up after anybody.
I pick up after me a little bit, just not very well.
Did they hear me?
Yeah? You want me to make it so they can't hear you?
It doesn't matter if they want to hear me. You really come up with a bitch right now because I am not so happy with our current roommate.
Let me mute it for a minute. Hold on.
Is everybody muted?
I'm not muted.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Are you muted?
I don't know if he just muted himself or if they can still
Oh.
hear us or.
I think they can hear us still.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Alright. And the look was because I touched a toy on the ground that I didn't know makes noise, and it made noise. And I'm like, creepy.
Is
Still making
everything
noise.
okay?
Yeah. No, it's just she just needed to vent for a second.
Okay.
It was basically like, oh, do they want to hear me bitch? Or just go ahead and mute it. I'm like, okay, I will go ahead and mute it.
Nope, that's fine.
So,
It's okay. I'm not bitching about you guys.
yeah, no, I wouldn't have muted it if it was about you guys.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
I'll just let you hear it.
Oh, that's fair.
Hey, Pink, I hear you're gonna go kick someone's ass for Sammy.
I mean, she made it sound like I should, so I was like, okay.
Didn't she work for, like, a lawyer's place?
Yes, and
I don't know if that's a good idea. Don't do it personally. Send somebody else.
Well, they don't know who I am.
it's okay. Have him, like, go blonde for a moment, and then they won't recognize me.
Yeah, go blonde for a moment, because you could just do that for a moment, and then go right back
He's a-
here.
No,
He's
are
a
you kidding me?
shapeshifter.
All I have to do is keep letting the beard grow out, and then when I get back, shave it.
That's true.
That is true, no recognize him.
Okay, stuffed animals are attacking me randomly.
I hate it when that happens.
I just
Got Daxton a red bird for Cardinals. And its mouth's open because it eats things. That's what it does at the stadium.
Tell Pink he has to watch this with Chloe.
And you gotta come to watch this with Chloe.
okay.
And
Like, is she allowed to watch it now?
I don't know.
that's up to Kayla.
I've never seen it.
I was told when I bought it for her, I was told I had to wait.
Well, she was 6 months old.
So,
She
the
would
first
not-
movie we watched together was Friday the 13th, Part 7.
She has no clue what the movie's even about.
So,
Now she's older, she'll know things.
and have nightmares all night.
It's okay, that's what Pink's here for.
No, she won't. Goosebumps. All you have to do is explain to the children that it's a movie, everything's fake, and then talk to them about how the effects were done, and it stops being scary.
Matt, she's seen all of Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Those aren't scary movies. Those are awesome movies.
Yeah.
I mean-
So's The Exorcist.
I would say sometimes it's scary because of how bad the acting is, but, you know, they're still awesome movies.
Did you really just put toys back on my floor?
You threw them at me.
Did you really just put them back on the floor that I'm trying to clean?
I'll put them on another part of the floor that she's not trying to clean right now.
I'm gonna kill you.
That is recorded.
Yeah.
If I get
and-
murdered,
Matt,
two witnesses.
you and I both know damn well that I'll tell the judge Kayla was with me the whole time.
I know. I know.
Like, she couldn't have been her. She was in Nebraska.
Self-defense. It's okay.
Self-defense.
I'm a female.
Self-defense in
I
Nebraska.
already have bruises on me.
That's true. My daughter's
Matt,
aggressive to
Do
Kayla.
we need to have a conversation?
Nope.
Chloe.
Chloe crawls up in the bed, and when she sleeps, she kicks a lot. And Kayla bruises really easily.
Here.
So she's got all these bruises from Chloe.
Well, Chloe was hitting me tonight, and Daxon was biting me. So. Here, you asked me about that.
I keep taking it.
Well, yeah, Daxon's gonna call it.
No. If you throw it at me, I'm throwing it right over there. I'm just telling you that
I
right
was
now.
trying to show you your bear. That apparently is losing his pants.
So he's
Your
very much
beer?
Bear from Build
Oh.
a Bear.
Our first Build-A-Bear together when we were dating.
And it's
Oh.
losing its pants, just like me.
Aren't you guys cute?
This is bear. Not as cool as Daxton's.
No, Daxton's is a Han Solo bear, so
Is that why I can't hold down a woman because I don't go to Build-A-Bear?
Build a Bear's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're gonna Build-A-Bear all the time. We have a Chewbacca Build-A-Bear as well.
They got Star Wars there, dude.
They just got a Ray outfit.
Yeah.
Can I build a pumpkin head bear?
No, not right now. I don't think they have a pumpkin head right now. Sometimes they have things. They had Pokemon for a while. You could build a Charmander.
There you go.
They have My Little Pony. You can get a Pinkie Pie Pink.
Good. I'm not even really sure which one that is. I
It's
just
the
know
one
that
that's
it's My
pink.
Little Pony. Yeah, no, I'll pass.
It's in the name, Pinkie Pie Pink.
I could even guess that.
I'm still gonna pass.
You know what?
Oh, she's pulling out a book. Hold on.
It just so happened to be right here.
Chloe loves that show.
There you go.
Stupid crayons.
Pinkie Pie is pink. That one right there.
Poofy, curly, fluffy hair. You has
I
a
got-
party cannon.
I got
Already
my
came.
daughter the white one with the purple,
Rarity.
like, sure, I
That's me.
don't know.
That's Rarity.
There you go.
I've
Is there
unfortunately seen it all.
murder in that show?
Actually, yeah, technically. Although they don't call it murder, they call it like there's a part where they banish a demon to hell, so that's kind of the same thing. But that's like right after like a Super Saiyan style fight. Like legit, it is like Super Saiyan, like they're powering, like ah, and then they start fighting like ponies. In the air, though,
Yes,
so
I still don't care.
keeps Chloe happy.
I mean, that's fine. Look, I don't have a problem with people that enjoy the show. Like, I mean, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Go for it.
It
I
doesn't
just,
help
I,
Kansas.
It doesn't
Does
help
not.
Rance get a girl ever.
like, I don't get it. I'm not going to talk bad on other people's fandoms because Lord knows I've got weird ones, but I don't get it.
To each their own on that one. Like I said, I've seen it all because Chloe enjoys it, and I have found slight enjoyment in the show. It's not like, oh, there's new episodes, I have to go watch it, but
Yeah.
there is one episode that is awesome. It's called Dungeons and Discord, where a really powerful guy actually makes Dungeons and Dragons real, and they're fighting in there. And his name is Discord.
Yeah.
And the voice actor for Discord is Q from Star Trek. And basically, he has the same exact powers as Q in Star Trek. He just does whatever the fuck he wants.
I'm fairly certain that actor has those powers.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
And it's just typecasting.
I believe it. So, that part made me happy when I heard the voice. I'm like, dude, it's Q! Dude, Q's got Q's powers!
Here, that box goes with you. Thank you.
So,
Sorry, keep gaming.
alright, so, yeah, so what did you want to do? The captains walked away, you guys were discussing something about persuasions.
I don't know. He's just gonna. Gruck just wants to go up and talk to him and just give it a shot.
Okay.
I think it at least might work. It's gonna walk up to him and, excuse me, Captain Bjorn. Would you mind if I took a close look at that ring?
Yeah, I kind of would mind. Why do you want to look at my ring? It's the most
Because I think
expensive
there's-
item I own.
I think there's something wrong with it.
Would be something someone would say if they'd want to take it, wouldn't it?
Would you like some collateral?
I will put my hands behind my back, and I don't even intend to touch it. I just want to take a good look at it.
He's giving you a really good once-over, you can tell, and he's looking through and you're a caster type, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Fine. He'll hold out his hand. Don't, take it off of my finger, though, and I'll throw you overboard.
Fair enough.
Oh, I want to see him try so bad.
Well, what check would you like? An investigation?
She's showing you. It would be actually an arcane check, unless you really want to get into specifics, and you can cast Identify.
Oh, shit. Well, okay, I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna be like, do you have a few minutes, sir, so I can do this properly?
What do you mean, properly?
Well, I would like to cast a spell called Identify. But I would be doing so as a ritual, and it's going to take a few
She
minutes.
wants me to read a book to her. I love my daughter. I'll read that to her later. He kind of looks around a bit.
Well, I didn't help.
What do you say, though? Because it still happens.
Well, we're on a boat. You can't go anywhere.
He's totally trustworthy. Trust me.
I don't know if it was as bad as a Nat 1, man.
Okay, I say that enthusiastically.
Trust me!
Thinking that there's no reason he shouldn't.
He'll call for a couple of his sailors to come up to block the stairs, basically, so that the only people up on the wheelhouse area is him, Gruck, and the two sailors. And he'll take off the ring, hand it to you. You'll have to cast it up here, but his presence.
I will have it back in your possession shortly, and I'll set it down on something and as a ritual cast Identify.
All right,
Dude, squall. Let's have a squall. Please, can we have a squall?
roll a D100.
Me?
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
Oh,
Leave it up to the dice when I'm not sure about things like that.
that would have been hilarious, though.
Yes, it will.
Boom, boat rolls,
I
thing goes over.
see. It's a mirror. Yeah. Do you like your magic mirror? It makes noise. Yeah, no swell. So you'll be able to cast Identify on it. You will realize pretty quickly that it is... it definitely is a ring of mind shielding. However, there is a curse to it. But for some reason, you can't see past the curse. Like, you can't tell what the curse is exactly. But it is a ring of mind shielding that is also cursed.
Well, I suppose I will just say that outright to him, and if the party members are close enough to hear as well. I'll be like, it is effectively a ring of mind shielding, but it also has a curse on it. I do not know what the curse is.
He'll take the ring back and put it back on. I feel like that's exactly what someone would say would try to swindle you out of a magic item, wouldn't it be?
You feel free to wear it. I cannot identify the curse, so I can't tell you what it is. But at the very least, it is a ring of mind shielding, so for its purpose, it will serve you well.
You can definitely tell the paranoia from his bosses translated to him pretty well. Or vice versa, you're not sure which.
God damn it.
May I ask you where you got the ring from? Like, who made it?
No idea who made it. I bought it from a trader up in Thorburn, but the trader is from Zahur. And man, though, that sold it was from Previa, so I have no idea where it was from. Never seen that guy before, though. Had a fairly good deal on it. It's only a little over a year's wages.
Did he have any like a family crest or a sigil on his clothing or any of his things that he had with him?
Not that I can recall.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
He'll nod. Go back to captaining. Unless you guys have things you want to do. Basically, the trip itself is going to be very uneventful down to Rafah. Every day after supper, he will ask you guys to swab the deck after supper. So you'll sweep it and then scrub it down.
No. Unseen servant's gonna do that.
Good, you'll be able to get it done faster. But you still have to do it. Did I ever show you the mask I wear for my
How
game
much does the mop weigh?
It's actually a brush on your knees scrubbing.
How much does the brush weigh?
Oh, it's missing a piece. Well, you broke it. At some point. Pound.
Mage hand.
Yeah, that's legit. Are you still gonna make Warwick do some as well?
Nah. He's gonna be staying quiet for right now. I don't want him bumping into anybody, giving away the secret.
Makes sense. So on my Wednesday night game, I play a Warforged to get into the mood. I actually wear a cloak and other thing too, and it's really. I find it fun. What? What do you need? You want to wear it? The most adorable Warforged ever.
Wait.
You like wearing that, huh? Yeah, you see. Oh, here's the piece. Okay.
Oh, I would also like to point out, Matt, that unless the captain specifically tells me otherwise, my owl is going to be perched up on either the crow's nest or the main mast or something of that nature.
That'll be fun. All right, so you guys will be arriving in Rafah, the main trade port of Zahur, early in the morning. In fact, it'll be before most of you typically wake up that they will be docked. So you will wake up being docked in a strange city. And as far as I know, I don't believe any of your characters have ever been to Rafah before.
No.
For a simple point of this, for anybody that's researched history at all, this is very much like the town of Alexandria. I believe that was Egypt. It
depends on which Alexandria you're talking about, because there were 500.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Chloe, shh. But it's a coastal city on the edge of a great desert, and not only that, but on the other part, it is next to the edge of the delta. So it is Chloe. Shh.
I'm gonna go set fire to the library.
Actually, the Great Library is not kept here, but they're actually kept in the capital. But there is the largest temple to the gods of Zahur is here, as well as a good... Chloe, please be quiet. Daddy's trying to play games, okay? A good... About 1/5 of the city is actually fortification for military. It is a very large metropolis, much larger than Seaport. Roughly probably about 5 to 8 times the size, not just in landmass but in people.
Oh wait, can I back up like one step?
Mm-hmm.
While we were alone on the boat, I totally want to know what happened from Warwick.
All right. I guess I gotta actually come up with everything that happened. Well, I know for sure everything that he cleaned, he undid. Tenfold. Like, minimum.
Attaboy.
So, when he cleaned the barracks and swept them, everything is unmade. Beds are probably flipped as much as he could with his strength. Things like that. Anything in the outhouse is reversed order. He used magic to cause it to spray everywhere. One of which actually had somebody on the toilet when it was happening. That one guy you guys talked to a lot, the Bruce dude. Absolutely covered from head to toe in fecal matter. I'm using that word because Chloe's in the room. And he put a piece of paper that he had taken from one of the offices and written in fecal matter on it a symbol for demon summoning, which won't do anything without magic in it, and put that on one of the guards that was asleep. The only bed that wasn't messed up. So that guard got blamed for everything that went awry that day. It was such a mess, though, and things exploding in various ways around there that they had to close the guard shack, the entire premises, in order to clean up and investigate exactly what happened. So,
high fives all around.
He definitely enjoyed himself. You told him to enjoy himself, and he did.
Hell yes, I did.
All right. Anybody want to give a history check to know a little bit more about Zahur?
Yes.
As you were landing. Saxon knows Jack. Bull, you don't know much more than Jack. Gruck, if you want a magic item, this would be the place to find it. Magic items are traded more prevalently here than gold. They value magic items and works of art over coin as well here. Zahur is, for a basic interpretation, ancient Egypt. There's a pharaoh that rules it. It is a very large civilization, but because of the lesser fertile grounds with the high population, they do have, they rely on magic heavily. Even common people around here will have things like mage hand items that allow them to use mage hand or stuff like that. So, magic is extremely integrated in this society. In fact, one of the cities, Kala, of this country, is 100%, all the water from it is 100% from 4 decanters of endless water, sort of. What they did is they actually opened up 4 portals to the elemental plane of water to supply water to the entire city.
Wow.
So, it is an extremely
Creative.
magical society.
Yeah.
Do you relate that?
Sure.
Okay. Number one, Warwick should stay on board the ship.
I will be your eyes and ears.
Because, like, that's one of two reasons. The other one is the chances of somebody walking around with TrueSight active are fucking enormous.
Yes, they are.
And number two, we should tell the captain to go get his ring independently checked.
Actually, as soon as you guys wake up, he's not there. One of the guards says he's gone into town.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm gonna tell my owl to go fly over town and see if he can locate him.
It is
Come back and let me know.
a very large town. You tell him to go, and you very quickly lose him in the mass of other owls and hawks flying around the city. You can tell very quickly that they use it as correspondence here, very Harry Potter style. It's just familiar is a very easy thing to acquire here, so there's a mass of it going around. But he will go, and you'll lose sight of him even telepathically after a while as he is exploring the city.
Yep.
So,
Can I ask, Ralph, given that you knew this about this city, why didn't you bring it up to the captain before we docked?
Didn't think about it.
Okay.
So no, he did not. You guys are docked roughly in this area over here. You need me to ping it to move you. Roughly around there. You can see a list of stuff there that you can do in city. They are the sailor that is in. She's finally cleaning up. The sailor that you guys see as you guys leave will tell you that you guys are all casting off at first light tomorrow. So you can even stay the night as long as you are back in time.
I found it this way.
Figures. Kayla found my hand this way.
Okay. On these pubs and inns, Mr. Sailor Guy, can you tell me anything about them?
About the what?
Various pubs and inns.
Yeah. What kind of inn are you looking for? You looking for one with a good time, or you looking for one of high class?
Do I look high class to you?
You look higher class than me.
Thank you. No.
Alright, well then definitely don't go to the Pharaoh's Feast. For us, it would cost near a year's wages to get in there to have a beer and a meal.
Fuck that. The cheaper and dirtier, the better.
Then you definitely want to go to the Ramshead. Although I will tell you, if you're there, watch your coin purse. Keep it close to you.
How much does a good night of drinking cost?
At the Ramshead?
Yeah.
Like, how much does it take for you to get drunk?
Depends on my constitution saves.
A well-seasoned drinker there may cost the whole gold to get drunk there.
How many of you have to stay on this ship?
Unfortunately, this time, there's 4 of us that have to stay. The rest are already in town.
Do they have off sale?
Yeah. It's a trade port. You can get anything you want pretty much here. So if you want to bring more booze back on there, yeah, they do.
Okay, here's what I want to do. Because I want these guys to like me. I'm going to go to, like, a restaurant. Let's call it... Okay, while I'm still talking to this guy, how much would a good meal at the God's Guide cost?
The God's Guide, it is a... Let me see if I have actually more information on the God's Guide. Zahur. Trade ports. Rafah. Well, you'd go to the God's Guide to find out.
I would.
All right. As you approach, a plain but
Well, no, like if the sailor knows, I'm gonna ask him. If he doesn't,
he hasn't been there before.
oh, okay.
It's typically the patrons there are the ones that are here for pilgrimage or other thing of religious note. Usually, that's the place the captains will go. Typically, it's not pricey by what I hear, but it is slightly higher class clientele.
Is the food at the Ram's Head good?
Not shite, but it works.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go to the God's Guide and see what's up.
Alright, so the God's Guide, a plain but well-built brick building with open, sturdy door, which remains open during the day, and a sheet covering the entrance. Inside the enclosed building, there are open windows with rods covering them. So it is bricked off a little bit. A few plants sit next to the bar, and the square's table adorned with small plants. Many people are bustling about, bringing food out to several dozen patrons. Everyone looks slightly wealthy, although by no means, nobility. Slightly, they carry around bags with tools and papers with them. Some of them are actually working while eating, and there's sculptors and scribes, actually working along the walls as well. There does not appear to be a bar here, but rather a doorway on the right-hand side with some steam is wafting out, and the scent of prepared lamb and steamed vegetables greets you as you approach that doorway. Every now and again, from the back, a man with a clean apron and large beard and shaved head will come around and check and see if anybody needs some help.
I'm gonna talk to that guy.
Alright. Hi. What can I do for you?
You guys do food to go?
Absolutely. How large of an order are you thinking?
Like feed 5?
Yes. I could get enough for you to feed 5. Would you need anything to drink along with that?
I mean, what are we eating and how much does it cost?
Well, today I have lamb. I have lamb stew, I have lamb chops, and there's various vegetables that you can get. We have the whole variety from Awin today. I've got a fresh shipment in this morning. Everything is in the process of still cooking. Mind you, it'll be a couple hours till it is ready.
What the?
That would have been much more appropriate at the Ram's Head.
It's my alarm. Wakes me up.
We also have various grains of sorts. I do have some fine rices available today from Zaglon, as well as a mead that I am told is quite delicious from Thorburn that pairs very nicely with the lamb. Of course, I am told that. I have not drank in many years myself, for reasons of personal matters.
Okay.
So are you interested?
Hey, how much would just like a nice catered meal for 5? How much would that work out to be?
For 5?
I'm new here. I just,
Including some mead with it, it would be 4 gold for 5 people.
I'll give him 5.
Alright. Yeah, it works out to be 8 silver apiece, so with a tip, that works out really well. So, alright, yeah, he'll prepare it up for you. He will tell you that it will take a little bit of time, as it's still cooking. He is boiling the stew. Still, it should be ready within about an hour.
Okay. While I'm waiting, then I want to go over to the Ram's Head.
Okay. The ram's head is on the opposite side, or no, it's not. It's on that side of town. Okay. It does take you a little bit to get there.
How big is this town, actually?
Well, it's about a mile and a half to get to the ram's head from where you guys are docked, and another mile and a half to get to the God's Guide. So about roughly about 3 miles. The ruler, if you use the ruler on here, it is accurate for the size of the town.
Okay, well, I gotta zoom in.
And there are appropriate markings for where they are. For example,
Well, that I can see.
The God's Guide is here.
I was assuming a town like the size of Avalon, so I'm like,
no.
take a
This
while.
thing is like
It's
7
shit.
miles across.
okay.
No, actually, Seaport is closer to the size of about double the size of Avalon. Actually, more like 4 times the size, but no, this is an actual metropolis. It is one of the larger trade cities in the world.
We're docked.
By the way, one of the things you will notice is almost every person here is. Oh, here, I'm gonna toss an invite out.
Where are we docked at?
Right here.
Oh, okay. So I could just hit up the Ram's Head on my way back, then.
Yes, you could.
I'll do it that way.
Okay.
So once I get the food, I'm gonna go back to the Ram's Head. See if somebody will deliver like a barrel of ale.
You can also stop on the way there if you wanted to ask about it there.
Okay, yeah, that's great. How much would a barrel of ale be?
Keg of ale at the Ram's Head. That's a good question. You're talking like a whole barrel, right?
Yeah.
All right, a gold, and that's like a large keg size. Usually for decent ale, it's about 10 gold for a keg.
Whatever, that's where they usually go, and they're getting some extra meat out of the deal. I'll give him 2 if he'll deliver.
Absolutely. They'll be willing to work that out.
Okay.
How's it going, Justin?
Not bad, not bad. Finally back home.
It's all
How's
good.
the world of Pangaea?
So far, so good. You guys are in a new city right now while doing the mission for the nobleman. You are in the city of Rafah. It is in a country that is very much like ancient Egypt. This is the place to buy any type of magic item or art if you wanted to do any type of art purchases. That also means if you have anything of artistic nature that you wanted to sell, it's going to sell for better here.
You said art and magic?
Art and magic. Magic items sell here very commonly. So, currently, you guys just docked, and Saxon is going and acquiring ale and food. But nobody else has had a chance to do anything else, so go to the next person, and I'll come right back to you on that. Gruck, what did you want to do?
I'm gonna go check my laundry. I'll be right back.
Alright. Or do you need a minute, Gruck?
Yeah, give me just a minute.
Alright, Vol, what did you want to do while you're...
The blacksmith shop, or when it comes to trading magical items, where would be the best place to be?
It won't take very much to figure that out. It's going to probably be the counter cell or the soul apothecary.
Let's try.
It also depends on what kind of magic items you're looking for. Every place is going to have magic items of some sort. If you were looking for magic weapons, that would most likely be the blacksmith shop.
Do I have time to stop at all of them? Are they roughly close, or do I have to?
They're around each other, sort of. The blacksmith shop is on the edge of town, where it doesn't cause a lot of issues. The navigator, which is more nautical stuff, is there. The soul apothecary is closer to the temple. And the other two, the learned library, or librarian, or library, yeah, learned library and the soul apothecary, are in the nicest area of town, which are on the very far south side. You would be looking at about a 5-mile walk to get down there.
I'll just stay
However,
on this side.
there is services where there's people with chariots that will ferry you around for the modest coin.
No, I'm gonna just go over to the blacksmith's. Actually, I'll go to what's this one?
That is the soul apothecary.
Let me go over there.
Alright, from the outside of this building, looks disreputable for the area of town in which it is located. The walls are cracked and paint's chipping off the sides. Looking closely, you can even see the plum of smoke from the back of the building escaping from a hole in the wall. Upon entering, it looks surprisingly worse than the outside, where the glass shards cover the floor and piles of trash lay about. There seems to be no discernible cohesion to the mess of potions and herbs laying about. In the center of the room, a robed, bald young man is scurrying about, picking up things from the floor and tossing them into a cauldron. Although there is a horrible mess, it seems that he knows his way around it without any pause. There's several spigots of pots and siphonings in various areas haphazardly on the floor. And he will glance up when you walk in, as you do. Yes, hey, hello.
Excuse me, I'm in search of some magic items, and I was wondering what you have available.
What type of magic items are you searching for? I have a few things, yes, a few.
Armor, just normal wares, maybe weapons.
Most of the things I have here are what people refer to as consumables. Things that you drink to get the magic potions, magic effects of sorts. I do have a few things such as like an alchemical jug and things of that nature, but for what you're talking about, I'd probably go check the blacksmith or the counterspell if you're looking for more items that have various uses that aren't specifically weapons or armor. And while he's saying this, he's tossing things into pots and moving around, not stopping what he's doing, just glancing to you for a minute or so while still working. But if you need any type of potions whatsoever, we have an abundance of those. I do have a special today on Dragon's Breath, if you are interested.
Okay, you got my attention. What does that do?
It gives you the breath of a dragon. Spits fire or lightning or poison. I'm not exactly sure which one is which. But I have a little vial that has one of each. And he opens up a little box that has fire, a lightning, and a poison, and a cold. It has 4 potions in it.
How much would you ask for each vial?
Well, this one I sell as a set, but I do have additional vials just for sale. They're usually 200 gold apiece. However, the sale I'm running today, I have them for 100 gold apiece, or if you want to buy this here, it's only 350 gold to buy the set of all 4. It's hard to speak that quickly.
I found it.
I wasn't trying to take it from you. But I bought it. But what is mine is yours, and what's yours is yours, I understand.
between a marriage? Take you 4 years to figure this out?
No,
Okay.
I said that before.
So exactly.
Okay, I'll say to him that I'm interested. Let me think it over because it's quite a lot of money, and
Yes.
I will return later on if I feel like it's something I really need.
I'm not.
Okay, thank you for your help, and I leave you in peace.
He nods. Make sure the door closes on your way out. As he's still scurrying about.
Door?
The door's halfway off its hinges.
Okay, then I'll mosey on over to the blacksmith.
Alright, so you get to the blacksmith shop. I'm actually going to show you this one, although I will give you the thing. The actual picture there is what you see on the front of the front of it. There.
Okay.
Give me a generic knowledge check, unless, or because it is written in an ancient script. You may have seen it before, so just a generic knowledge to see if you do.
Knowledge. Oh, just like roll something, or
Yeah, just a knowledge check.
oh, so just roll a d20.
Yeah.
'Cause that-
Plus your
oh,
intelligence,
okay.
if you have any.
Oh, I guess that will work. Oh, -1 intelligence. Screw it. I'll
Wah
do it.
wah. You recognize enough on the first word that it says blacksmith. And people call it the blacksmith shop because that's all that's written. It doesn't actually have a title. The star needs no signs or markings. It's clearly, though, a large open arch, a large forge visible from quite a distance, and the smoke looming out the top. Scraps of metal sit in large barrels all over the place. Several young men, covered in soot and cuts, walking about, moving things around, and tending to the fire and their work. There is a shirtless, strong man who is obviously a foreigner to here. He appears to be the owner of the shop. He has many weapons indicating the region, but like indicative of the region. But he also has things that are of all manners worldwide.
Okay. Okay, so I walk in and I say hello. Just a traveler, and I was looking for some magical items, whether it be armor, weapons, or any of the like. Take your time.
Sorry, Kayla handed me something to read. I was like, wait, what? He'll glance up and kind of give you a look over. Are you looking for things from around Provia? Are you looking for something more region-specific here?
Just anything. Anything
Just
that
anything.
might help me in my ventures.
Very well. Well, we have quite a few. I do. I only personally only craft magic items here. My apprentices are the ones that make the basic items of sorts. We spend quite a bit of time. So, is there a certain type of weapon you're looking for, or armor? Helping narrow it down a bit more would be helpful.
Something that can give me flight, or something that can, I don't know, cast fire or engulf me in fire or anything like that. I don't know, just something.
Oh, I have some armors that have fire resistance upon them. I did have the Wings of the Valkyrie. That's what I referred to it as. It was a breastplate that allowed flight. But it, I sold that 2 days ago. It'll be months before I have another one made. As for casting fire and things, that's going to be more along the wondrous items that you're going to be looking for. I would recommend the counterspell for that. I have magical swords, halberds. I have magical of every weapon practically, of almost every type of armor. I do have adamantite armor if that's something you're interested in, good sir.
How about your swords?
Which type of sword? And he kind of looks like what you have, the great swords there.
Yes.
Yes, I have quite a few different kinds from different lands, depending on which style you prefer. Are you preferring the kind where you stab or more the slash?
Slash.
Alright, I do have some of those. That actually is very popular around here. Although they do not call them broadswords or great swords here, they call them falchions. The falchion I have here is, it's quite, I have 4 different magic falchions in right now. They are, I have the good common ones. I do have one that is a +1. OOC. Slightly magical, mid-magical, and very magical. +1, +2, and +3. And I also do have one that is so sharp that it cuts the air itself and moves with greater speed.
I'm interested in that one. How much would that cost?
I can't. You give me 1 second. I can't remember how much, or how rare that one is.
I'll offer you 15 gold.
He will throw you out. 15 gold is definitely not what that's worth.
I was hoping for a nat 20.
Even a nat 20 wouldn't get it for 15 gold. Let's see. Okay. I had to find out the rarity of it. Let's see. The minimum, absolute minimum, I can let that go for, would be about 20,000 gold pieces.
20,000 gold? That's a pretty chunk of change.
It's a very rare item, so it is a one of a kind. So that's the absolute minimum I could ever let it go for.
You said 20,000?
20,000 gold,
What
or
if,
the price of a small kingdom, basically.
What if I... Would you be willing to offer it as payment for services?
There are things I'd be willing to trade it for if you're looking for that. I doubt it'll be sold anytime soon. If you could... I would trade it for the chance to work with dragon scales. They do still exist, but they are they are quite hard to hunt down.
I've got one.
You have one?
No.
No.
If you bring me 20 pounds worth of dragon scales, I'd be able to trade it for that.
How many pounds?
20 pounds.
The fire is in the tent.
Yeah. I can't type. Okay. I will definitely try and hook you up with that as soon as I can.
He nods. Give me a generic intelligence check again. Or an insight would
Me?
work too. Actually, insight. Give me insight. Alright, so on that insight check, you do realize that the common person thinks dragons are all dead and gone for over 100 years. So you'd be having to find the corpse of a dragon, which is extremely hard to do in itself. He's basically sending you on a wild goose chase. However,
No, he's not.
However,
is he is a man of his word. You can tell that much with the insight check as well. So if you show up with 20 pounds of dragon scale,
looks like I'll talk to our good old friend, Mr. Dragon Man.
so anything else you'd like to do?
I want to just go to the counter spell. But if you want to see what everybody else wants to do,
All right,
that way I'm not taking up all the time.
sure. Gruck, what would you like to do?
I'm going to make my way down towards the counterspell and learned library.
Okay. It will take
on
you
the
most
way-
of the day to get there and back, basically, plus shopping. So.
Yeah. On the way there, I'm going to, if I happen to pass close enough to my owl while it's doing its searching, I'm going to make sure that it is where it needs to be back at the ship before daybreak.
You will, during the time, actually sense it several times as it's searching the area, and it will acknowledge that it needs to be there before daybreak.
Okay. Other than that, I just want to take a look around in each of those shops or buildings.
Alright, so the learned scroll, or learned library, is the one you'll hit first. The simple looking building is covered in clay stucco. It is massive. There are 2 entrances on the front, which denote the level of learning one has achieved. There's one that is clearly easier to open, and one that is a very shut door. Which one do you try to go through?
I'm just gonna go through the simple one.
Okay. So you enter through the simple one, and as you're going through, the first thing you're going to realize is this section of the learned library is denoted more towards how to put it nicely, children. It is still educational for the most part. They do have things for sale in there. For example, level 1 and level 2 spell scrolls type thing. But it is definitely for the apprentice, and its decor suggests that most people that are apprentices here are under the age of 14. It's actually set up more like, 8-year-olds style. They're little tables, little chairs.
That's funny.
You could try to go through the other one.
Do I have time to cast an identify on it? Find out exactly what the lock is?
Yeah, absolutely. Although in the time period of you doing that, Mage will come by and he'll look at you. Should just be in that one if you don't know what to do. He casts a spell. You can give me an arcane check. The door opens and he walks in, and it shuts promptly behind him. He cast Knock. You're assuming any kind of spell that opens a door, or something that denotes that you actually have the spellcasting ability to do it, is what will get you through the door.
While the door was open, because I'm assuming it's open as he's walking through it, and I can see inside, however briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything directly in front of the door within about 5-10 feet?
No, there is not.
Okay, then I'm
pretty well
gonna
open.
I'm gonna misty step to the other side of the door.
That'll get you in. This area is definitely built for the more learned wizard. They have the little test there to basically certify that you are of appropriate level to be in this area. They do have a lot more of the of spell scrolls of every level in here, as well as various magical items hanging along the walls. There are several people in here that are sitting at desks reading, but you will note that they have no chair under them. They're just sitting cross-legged in the air while reading. Um, the sense of magic in this room is palpable.
Can I do some quick arcane checks on the magic items that are
Yeah.
hanging around?
There is quite a few different ones. It's hard to list all of them because there is so many, but there is quite a few things. A lot of uncommon ones, some rare items, some very rare. There's some common things too. There's a few racks of potions, very nicely laid out. There is bags of holding. For example, there is a bag of devouring. It's on a plaque. They have it so that you can tell. And as you're looking at that plaque, that whole wall is actually filled with cursed items. It's a smaller wall. It's not a perfectly square room. So they do have some cursed items that are very obviously marked as cursed items, including a berserker's axe on there. It's actually labeled with a little gold nameplate at the bottom. Berserker's axe, cursed item.
How much is that?
Like,
is there a counter to be able to purchase any of this stuff?
There is not a specific counter. However, as you are looking at one and you start wondering how much it is, a spectral image of a mage will appear next to you. Can I help you with anything today, sir?
Yeah, curious as to what the cost is of that berserker I actually got.
Let's see. I just got to see what the rarity is on it.
It's up there, I know that.
I want to say it's actually just an uncommon item. But I don't recall.
I know it's in those lists you had us look at, and I know it's in the later ones.
By rarity. Let's see.
While you're looking it up, letting you know, Matt, this now works.
Okay.
You'll be seeing a dollar about
Well, the very first thing I would like to point out is it is a cursed item, sir. So do understand that before I say anything. But that doesn't mean it does not have value. Cursed items do still have quite a bit of use in this world. However, it is not uncommon for this item to be found, but it's not particularly extremely rare either. The Berserker's Axe we do sell for 1,200 gold pieces, or equivalent item exchange.
Do you know if there's somebody in this city that would be able to make one?
The cursed aspect of it is a little harder to do. It would be making a classic axe and then getting the curse placed on it. Is really what it would be. The blacksmith shop is more than capable of doing so, although it is only 1,000 gold to do that, usually, as a note. The cursed aspect of it takes quite a bit of time to apply, and a very long journey through Thorburn. Of course, you know that is the land of the Berserkers, so...
Well, thank you for your time. I do not believe that I will be making that purchase today.
Not a problem, sir. If you wish to come back at any point, as long as you can enter this room, you are free to enter and purchase whatever you wish.
Thank you.
The spectral
now,
image
as
will
I'm
fade away.
okay, as I'm looking over these cursed items, can I try to I want to try to pull off a comparison between the curse that's on Captain Bjorn's ring and a cursed item that is here. If I can somehow
give me a
match it up.
perception check as you're doing this. But you're not able. I'm going to tell you right away. You're not able to figure out anything from these items here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're not able to figure out anything from these items here. Thorn, is there anything you wanted to shop for while you're here? Or mischief you wanted to get into?
I mean, I don't need anything specifically, but I just have some stuff I need to sell, like some gems.
This is the perfect place to do that. Although gems worldwide do exchange for the same price as gold does, basically, so gems are a lighter version of carrying it. It's like carrying a credit card kind of thing. Because gemstones don't weigh anything, typically, and are worth multiple gold, where I think it's 50 gold weighs a pound. So a lot of people, especially merchants, carry gemstones rather than gold.
They'd prefer to carry gemstones.
Yes.
But does it work? Does that matter for me?
Yeah, it works fine for you. Like, you could take it to any inn or shop and use it as gold.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just keep the gemstones then.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I don't need to do anything else.
Okay.
Except for whatever we're doing.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew that it does exchange for light gold and it weighs less. So, gemstones are a really good thing. So.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Alright, yeah, there's not much that you need to do then. It is kind of a desert, so it's definitely out of your element. This is your first time to this area. So, if you just stay on the ship, that'd be fine. If you wanted to go explore, that's fine too.
I'm just gonna nap on the ship, I guess. I got seasick on the way over.
Alright. All that scrub. Oh, you did have to scrub the deck every night with the rest of everybody else in your party because nobody knew anything about sailing. So, and you have to earn your keep still, he said.
Fair enough.
So, one of the sailors will point out after you guys land, by the way, before everybody debarks, that if you didn't want to do the work, you could always pay for passage. And then he has to actually treat you nicely. Yeah, as a thought. He says that since the captain's gone.
I already don't have enough gold.
So, gold will start coming to you guys easier after level 5, by the way. It's just until then you guys are kind of still catching your place in the world and whatnot, so. There are, rumors, though, with your check when you got here, of tombs that are easily raidable. However, there's laws for raiding them, so if you take stuff from them, it has to be for academic purposes. If you sell things, it just gets really nasty with the law. Oh, and the other thing to note here is magic being as high as it is. There are things you see here that are off-putting. This is specifically getting down to where you are at right now, Gruck. For example, one of the workers in the learned library that is filing scrolls away is undead. It's a zombie just doing a menial task. And nobody seems to think twice about it.
Definitely odd.
necromancy is commonly practiced here as long as it is not done to a law-abiding citizen. It is not a problem, although it is also very common for a person of criminal intent to be executed, and they typically pay their service back to society as a zombie. So they have some pretty strict laws when it comes to the common folk here.
If it works.
That's the way it is. Alright, so the counter spell. Gruck and Vol, you guys will actually get there about the same time. I'm mostly assuming that because I'm assuming Gruck is spending a lot of time in the learned library just looking around.
Okay.
So, you guys
Works
will
for
both
me.
arrive there at the same time?
Sure.
Anything you want to look for, specifics?
The specific things that I want to look for is anything that I could wear to not have to eat and drink and or not have to sleep. Looking for a ring of sustenance.
Those are rare in this world. They cost at minimum 1,500 gold. However, he doesn't have any rings of sustenance. He only has an ion stone of sustenance right now, which you still have to sleep, but you don't have to eat, breathe, or drink.
How many people are in this shop right now?
3 or 4. Not very many at all.
Plus me.
Let's see. Make sure I got the right thing. There's lots of jewelry displays here. Yeah, there's only a few people here. The only worker seems to be a old man wearing flowing robes, sitting proudly at the back of the shop. People seem to be... there's somebody in there actually talking to him, haggling over prices. You will notice that you guys, the two of you, are also the least dressed here.
The what?
The least dressed. These are very high society people that are here. Rather high society. The other thing you guys will note, and this is everybody that's out in town, almost everybody, common man included, has some type of gold on them. Be it a bracelet or a necklace or something. Gold seems to be overly common here.
Very Egyptian of them.
Very Egyptian of them. But where you guys are at right now, there is a lot of gold on people.
Dude, Tim's gonna be pissed he missed it.
Yes, he will. This is a place he wants to come back to.
Is that guy still talking to the guy? The person that he was talking to?
Actually, at this point, it just seems like they're chatting. They've already reached an accord, so you could interrupt if you wish to. But you can just browse around, look around, see what there is.
Okay. What? Do I see anything? I mean, like, I don't think I have any knowledge in magic, like arcane.
A lot of it is labeled.
Oh, okay.
So,
do I see
the other thing you could do if you wanted to is tell me what type of the gold spending you have available to you, and I can tell you if there's anything available for that range.
Well, I have 15 gold.
Is there anything else you have that might be tradable or something?
Of jumping. Ring of jumping.
A ring of jumping. Okay.
If I may include myself in that, Matt, I've got about 200 gold.
Okay. And do you have anything that you'd be willing to trade?
Yeah, that's pretty much including everything that I'd be willing to trade.
Okay.
The gems that I have on me.
Okay. You don't have any gems?
I do, but I promised it to the guy doing my journal.
That's right.
Hey, Matt. I gotta go.
Okay. I was gonna say, I know this. It's about the time. We'll just finish up your thing real quick then. Basically, you get
Okay.
back with the food, and the ale's already been delivered, and they've already tapped it and are having a lot of fun. They celebrate you when you come in because the guy described who bought it to them. So the four gentlemen there on the boat are very happy with you, especially as you bring in some very fine cuisine to go along with the ale as well. And you do have 2
And the
bottles of
mead.
mead with the meal you bought. Whether you put that in there as well, I mean they're drinking the ale already anyway. So
Fuck it. We're having a good night.
all right.
Basically, I'm just gonna throw this out there. The kind of goal is for everybody to still be drunk when the captain shows up.
Oh god, it'll be very very. You guys will all be drunk. He's going to be pissed.
I don't care. That's kind of where I'm going with this, just so you know.
Okay.
I want them to be just ecstatic and happy and love me, and then the captain to show up and everyone to be like, he fucking did it.
That's awesome. All right. If
All
there's,
right.
all right. Have a good one then, Pink.
Later.
All right. If there's any magic items on that list that I just linked to you that you were interested in, on the uncommon section, there is a chance you'll be able to trade for it. So, there's a few in there that they won't, but the Ring of Jumping is one of the more valuable ones in there. The rings tend to be worth on the higher end of a section. So.
Ring of water walking? I can just walk home.
Quite literally, yes.
That's awesome. What's Eyes of the Eagle? Just very sharp, like.
I gotta find it again. Eyes of the Eagle. I want to make sure that's actually what it was called. Eyes of the Eagle. If you just Google anything, by the way, it'll usually come up. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
And then Gloves of Thievery. That just pretty much.
They don't have those there.
Oh.
Those you have to go to more of a black market to find.
Dang, I was gonna say, buy those and then steal everything, and then you got everything.
Yeah, no, he's already thought that one through.
Javelin of Lightning, is that just a lightning bolt javelin, or
Yes.
is it just
It's
does
a
lightning
javelin
damage?
that once a day can be used as a lightning bolt, basically. Let me tell you the exact information about it. It is a magic word upon activating the command word that transforms into a bolt of lightning. Forming a line 5 feet wide, it extends out to your target within 120 feet. Each creature in that line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 46 damage on a failed save. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches its target. Make a ranged attack against the target. On a hit, does normal javelin damage plus an additional 4d6 lightning damage. So it hits you. It hits everything between you and the person you're throwing it at.
That's kind of cool.
And it does 4d6 damage, but it's only once a day on that. So. Because the javelin's properties can't be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, it is still counted as a magical weapon, so it does go through DR and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or magical resistances. That's a fun item to have. Sentinel shield has a giant eye on it.
Wait a
That's
minute.
not a bad one, but no.
So I can trade my ring of jumping for a stone of good luck.
The Stone of Good Luck is actually one of the more valuable ones in there as well. They would be willing to trade your Ring of Jumping plus 50 gold for the Stone of Good Luck.
How much is my ring of jumping worth?
If you sold it to them, like actual for gold, he'll give you 400 gold for it. If you're trading it in, he'll give you actual value for it.
Well, that's a hell of a deal
Minus
because,
a little bit.
according to what I just found, they're saying the good luck stone's worth 20,000 gold.
Not in 5th edition.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn! I'll just trade it for that and get the sword.
No, it's the Stone of Luck it gives you a +1 on all skill checks though, and your saving throws. It is a very nice item for being an uncommon item. So it's a very common. It's a very being uncommon. It's one that people usually like to get though, which is why it's worth a little bit more.
I'm gonna ask to trade for the Headband of Intellect.
Those are fairly common around here. Very commonly requested item. But because it is on the easier side to make, thankfully, it only costs 500 gold.
That seems a bit high to me for something so common.
It's as common as a bag of holding. And that's the price of the bag of holding as well.
That's not nice, Matt.
It is a jerk move on my side, I'm sorry. But it is actually what it's worth, is 500 gold on it. So.
I like my bag of holding.
I know. Bag of holdings are nice. Of course, you could always come back here. I mean, ship passage to get over here isn't all that expensive. So...
I'm gonna pull out my bag of holding. I'm like, how about I trade you my bag of holding for the Headband of Intellect and a potion of healing?
I will do that trade if you throw in 70 gold. I'm still running a business, understand?
Yeah, but I can buy potions of healing for 50 gold, so there's not much point in paying 70 for one. How about 40 gold? You still make a little bit of profit, and it's
well, the Headband of Intellect and the bag of holding, I would turn around and sell it for the same price. I'd still want to make some profit on the trade. Give me 10 gold for the trade, and then the 50 gold for the potion. And I would call that a deal. Or, you know what? You do seem like a pretty interesting fellow. You're going to be, I'm assuming, up and coming still. Fairly new to the world. You're always on the lookout for magical items, aren't you? Magical properties for items to create more, I assume?
Of course.
Tell you what, if you are back through this area and agree to give me first chance to buy any items from you that can be used to craft other items, I will be willing to do the trade with the bag of with the potion for you. Give me your bag of holding and 50 gold, and I will give you those. It's just an even square trade that way. And I come back and I will buy things from you to craft more magical items.
That sounds perfect to me. I'm happy to make arrangements with different shop owners.
Because all right, I will do that. And your name is
Gruck Starog.
Gruck.
And yours?
You can call me. I did not. Kranz created this shop. He was supposed to put a shop owner name, but he didn't. Let's see.
Two bulls, bro?
Buy a whole box, we'll go ahead.
Yeah.
This is like my 15th one I'm eating, and I just bought the box, right?
So,
That is not what I wanted to do.
should I build this whole wall?
Will you die?
Whoa. That is a lot of choices.
All right, Matt, I'm gonna roll out, but hit me up when you're done, and I've got some stuff on that guy I'm looking for.
Okay, that works. Yeah, sorry, it's
okay.
kind of a basic day. It's not a lot to it.
Yeah, I figure I'm pretty much done until next time anyway. So,
All right. Peace out then.
yeah, later, guys. Have a good night.
Did
Catch
you
you next
see
week, man.
Yeah, because we're winding down to the end of this game anyway, so the actual excitement, I guess, is going to happen next week. I didn't expect you guys to spend as much time shopping, but it's all good. We have to do it once in a while. His name, I just typed it in there. Minir? Not Minior. Minir.
Would I be able to trade my ring of jumping for the winged boots?
That's a good question. Let's find out if he has them. Where'd my sheet? There we are. He unfortunately does not have a pair of them right now.
Ah. How about the ring of water walking?
He would do that. That's a worthy trade.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Do I just walk on water, or is it for a certain amount of time?
I believe it's just you walk on water. I think you have the choice of doing it or not, though. Let me see. In other words, you can go underwater if you wanted to.
That's so awesome. Just be fighting somebody and all of a sudden, bloop.
Jeebus. While wearing this ring, you can stand on and move across any liquid surface as if it's solid ground.
So does that include like lava and?
You're still going to take heat damage from the lava, but yes, you would not sink into it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me make sure one more thing. Does he have? Does he have? What's it called? The helmet teleportation.
He does not have that one. No.
Okay.
That one,
Then
that typically is made and kept by people. It is not typically resold.
Okay, and then I think
Is that mithril armor? Would that be better?
Is that
than
under
my-
uncommon?
What?
Material armor?
Yeah.
I thought that was under rare.
Nope.
Oh, it's uncommon. It is actually medium armor, though, not heavy armor. For that
Oh,
one.
okay, never mind. How about the Dragon Slayer?
Dragon Slayer is an uncommon as well?
No, it's a rare item. I was wondering if he's got it.
Okay, I was like, holy crap. No, that one, he does not carry that. Typically, the Dragon Slayers are in museums, since they are no longer required to be used. However, he does know of a nobleman that has one that is looking to sell one. But they are considered collector's items because they haven't been made in well over 100 years.
Can I ask him for the guy that is trying to sell it?
Yeah, he'll give you the name. Last I knew, I think he was asking 7,000 gold for it.
7,000?
Last I knew, but that was last week. He may have sold it, though, by now either as well. I don't keep up on the day today.
And what was his name?
He just gives you the name. It's not important. Just
Oh,
a
okay.
basic noble. I can give you an actual name if you want, but I'd have to generate it real fast.
No, it's fine. Just as long as you remember if I ask about it.
Yeah. Just be like the noble that had the Dragon Slayer sword. I'll be like, perfect, let's go.
And then, yeah, so I have to take off the ring of jumping. And
Gruck, I think you did a very wise choice. Honestly, the headband of intellect is very good right now, and I don't think you had a lot in your bag of holding right now.
No, I really didn't. Like
And-
the amount of use is going to be greatly outweighed by the
And,
headband.
Saxon has one too. He has a bag of holding already.
Yeah.
So now,
I mean, if it
granted,
should ever, like,
everybody should
need
have
to
their
be
own bag of
used.
holding, but
And theoretically speaking, Ishtal had mentioned before that like he knew of the ingredients and whatnot to get him, and I think he could even make one, or at least fashion it, and then maybe it would have to
if
be
you
enchanted by
actually
someone
are,
else.
if you
but-
guys are actually interested in making bags of holding, that is something he can send you on a mission. Do it.
I mean, I certainly am.
Because one beast for it will get you quite a bit to create it. Let me see. I gotta see what the CR on it is. I can't remember what the CR is. Yeah, it's actually something you guys could even do. But one beast will get you about 3 or 4, depending on how good at skinning you are, bags of holding out of it. And what he was saying is if you guys brought him the skin from one, he'd craft it and give you guys some, and he'd keep some. Work it out. I don't know what the exact deal is. I'd have to go back and look at that again if I gave you the exact deal.
Right.
But it was pretty simple. Displacer beast. You need the skin of a displacer beast as the magical component of it. They are harder to find. Give me an intelligence check. See what you know about them. Alright, they're going to be found around any Feywild, or along any Twilight lands, which are way out in the wilderness, especially Zaglon, Thorburn, and Awen are the places where you're going to be able to find them. It's a monstrous predator. Takes its ability to displace light so that it appears to be in several feet away from its actual location. A displacer beast resembles a sleek great cat covered in blue-black fur. However, its otherworldly origins are clear in its 6 legs and 2 tentacles sprouting from its shoulders, both ending in pads tipped with spiky bits. A displacer beast's eyes glow with an awful malevolence that persists even in death. Speaking of which, their eyes are commonly used in art objects too, because it does persist that way. So it is another portion of it that you can get. Displacer beasts are one of the few on your intelligence check are one of the few beasts that don't just kill for food; they kill for sport. They love killing. They hunt their prey, and they are vicious. Typically, they are single. However, due to them being hunted as of recently for bags of holding, a lot of them have been tending to, because they are intelligent creatures, travel in packs. So they are a lot more difficult to hunt down than they used to be. The other thing is, if you are lucky enough to find a young displacer beast, they are tameable. And a lot of nobles actually keep them as pets and guard dogs, basically, even though they look more like a cat. Basically, think a six-legged panther that has tentacles that come off that have like squid-like ends. Except they're spikes, not suctiony.
Yeah. A question.
Entirely interesting.
So, if you can find a pack of those, which is usually around a half a dozen of them, and defeat them all, if you're halfway decent at skinning, you can come out with, 20, enough for making 20 bags of holding. But they are becoming more and more rare since, bags of holding are such a common item.
Yeah.
So, but they are nasty little guys. You guys would have a problem with 6 of them.
Oh. I just figured it out.
Okay.
I'm going to break the game. I'm going to break your game, Matt, just so you know.
Okay. I'm interested to hear what it is afterward.
What does the Horn of Valhalla do?
It summons a spectral army, if I remember correctly. Let me see.
Like the War of Valhalla come down, kick ass.
Yeah, if you see any names, you could just Google it. It'll tell you a lot about it. Let's see. You can use an action to blow the horn. In response, the warrior spirits of Valhalla appear within 60 feet of you. They use the statistics of a berserker, and they return to Valhalla after 1 hour, or when they drop to 0 hit points. Once you use the horn, it cannot be used again for 7 days.
That's fucking sweet.
And depending on how on the color or the type of horn, depends on how many berserkers are summoned. It also depends on how much it's worth if you're going to buy it. The cheapest one is only silver. Is made of silver, then brass, bronze, and iron. Ironically, the rarest one is iron.
Wow. Okay, so for Javelin of Lightning, he has what he said?
Yes.
And how much would he sell it for?
200 gold.
Would he be willing to, like, kind of like how I did with the blacksmith, do, like, something for him in return for that payment?
There is, if you bring magical items, he's more than willing to do trades like that as well. He's any type of component for magical items. Your compatriot that you're with, I think, has knowledge on a lot of different things of that nature. You bring it to me, and I will gladly trade for items for it. Do note I am still running a business, and I do still wish to make profit, but I am more than willing to make deals.
Okay. That's all I got.
By the way, the Cloak of Displacement is also made from the same thing. So, in case you're wondering, of other things you can make from them, and that's a rare item. It takes a full cat to make that, though. So. Yeah, when you get to magical beasts and stuff, there's parts of them that will be usable in crafting magical items in the world. So, if you find anything that's clearly, not just human or is magical of any sort, ask, and I will tell you if there's something it can be made from. Of course, it will come with an arcane check or an intelligence check, but it is possible to get magical components from almost anything. Which, if you're not crafting yourself, you can trade still to get magic items, just not as much.
Okay.
And that goes for Gruck and you. Gruck knows. Gruck is the one who has the arcane check to back it up, though.
Yeah.
And identify if it comes to it.
Do you have arcane check as well? Or arcane skill as well?
No, I do not.
I mean, Gruck.
No.
Do you have skill in arcane?
No.
Okay.
Like, it's intelligence-based, so my check isn't bad.
No. Having that...
but I'm not technically skilled in it, so I don't get the proficiency for it.
Having that headband really helps. Really, really helps.
Yeah, that's an extra +2 onto everything, including my spell casting and
if you're
spell
looking
attack.
at increasing your intelligence someday, when you get it up past it, just sell it. Or, keep it and increase other stats.
Yeah, I think that might actually end up being the way that I end up going. I don't think that I'll even raise it above that. And instead, I'll probably focus more on the strength and constitution and maybe wisdom just to help out one or two things there.
Makes sense. Did you have items that affect those too?
I don't have enough. I don't have enough gold for anything at the moment. I'll have to look back at it later. Hopefully, after I have some stuff to sell him.
Getting down to Rafah from God's Isle as passage, by the way, cost about 70 gold typically. So it's not a ton, but it is a little bit. Just because Rafah's one of the further ones away.
Just hop on my back. I'll carry you.
Just walk. It's only 800 miles.
Miles, I can swim.
Back and forth in no time.
Yeah, which means it actually took you guys like 8 days to get here, but I'll make that correction next week. I forgot about how much further I made the lands away from each other, so. But it's still not all that far, and honestly, if you're coming to buy magic items, 80 gold is nothing.
Yeah.
Really?
So, the other thing you could try to do, you're not going to have time to do it this time, Gruck, but being a wizard, an intelligent sort, you could always try to join the Mystic Sanctum.
What is that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No,
The Mystic Sanctum is a guild. I actually have a YouTube thing on it, so if you wanted to check that one out, there's...
I will have to rewatch it.
A little information there on it. Actually, it's your old character that's talking, if you remember.
Yeah, because I'm sure I watched it before because I watched all of them before the game actually started. It's been a while and I'd forgotten it.
Yeah, Corin here. He's actually one of the higher ups in the guild, in the Mystic Sanctum. But the basics of it is it's a group of mages dedicated to the study of arcane and searching for the unknown. They have no home location, but they've linked a lot of their locations together through teleportation circles. It costs a little bit of gold to go through them, unless you have reached a high enough rank in the organization in order to get them for free.
Right.
So...
No, definitely going to have to come back for that.
Yeah, so and you don't have to do it here. They're worldwide. There is a Mystic Sanctum teleportation circle in Seaport. You just have to find somebody that is of the Mystic Sanctum, of Mystic higher rank or higher, in order to start in the initiation process. So, in fact, the gentleman that you guys were talking to, he actually has the symbol above on the back of his wall for the Mystic Sanctum, which is... Here, I'll actually just show this to players. That is the symbol for the Mystic Sanctum.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So, which, if I remember right, let me make sure I'm right about this. Let's see. Yep, there is 8 schools of magic and 8 points on the star. So, it is representing of all arcane magic that way.
Cool.
And each point does represent a different one, and when you join, you choose one of the 8 sides, and that's the one you're like basically focused in. It's like a subgroup of the groups, but all of them are still interconnected. So like if you're abjuration, which you are, you could still go research into necromancy, but you would go to a necromancy specialist to talk to that, and somebody could approach you for information, looking for abjuration knowledge at some point.
Right.
So, the very top one, though, I will tell you right now, represents divination. It is the top point. The very bottom point is necromancy. So, and they're always opposite of each other, of different things. So.
Yeah, I think that's all I needed. I think I gotta get off now. So.
Okay.
But I'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
That works. I'll talk to you later then. And
Okay, see you guys. Have a good week.
Yeah, you too. I actually have to get ready for work soon. And here, I'll link this to you. This actually is this. Wait, is that right? Interesting. Maybe I should remake it. I like this. This is the classic star for it. They put divination in the middle.
Huh.
So. But yeah, those are the each its own point, so on and so on. So, but the concept is each one has a point, and they all together make up arcane magic as it is a whole. So,
Right.
But yeah, they have a lot of. They do require, I will tell you, a yearly mission. Until you reach a certain rank, or a donation of intellect. So if you find something like, say you find a rare tome of magic or some type of lost artifact, you could donate that to the Mystic Sanctum, and that will count as your yearly quota. You know, if you find some type of knowledge that they don't have. Or you can go on a mission for them to do something. It's all completely legal. It is a very legal guild. So I actually think it's a really cool idea. And if you can reach the rank of Mystic, you get to teleport for free. Or Master. I don't remember which one. I think it's Mystic. I'll have to rewatch it. But
How many people are there in the guild that have achieved the rank of Mystic that you have to go to in order to begin the initiation?
There's quite a few that have reached that rank. Quite a few. There's 6 ranks. It's a pretty common knowledge, especially for anybody that's of the arcane nature. You start off as apprentice, novice, mystic, master, grandmaster, and then archmage. There is only one archmage of the guild. And if I remember right, Corin is a grandmaster. I believe I had it in there. Of the Mystic Sanctum. There is only 8 Grand Masters, 1 for each school, 1 Archmage overall, and then each Grand Master has apprentices that are working on taking his place eventually, his or her place, which are the just masters, but in that specific thing. There is not an exact rank number on that, but there's probably no more than 10 per thing. Then below that, it's pretty much anybody that's actually worked their way up to be a mystic. So there's probably this world 8,000 at least mystics.
Right.
So although a lot of people join the place, a lot of merchants have joined just for the use of the teleportation. For quicker teleporting back and forth for things.
I mean, even if you have to pay for it, it's still saving you a lot of time.
Yes, it does. It saves you a lot of time. It is about slightly more than it would cost to go on a ship, but saving you that week can make up a difference.
Yeah.
So, and if you reach novice, it gets cheaper. So. They make it cheaper and cheaper the more you bring in. Basically, you're an apprentice until you've reached either you've been in the guild for 10 years or have acquired a certain amount of knowledge for the guild, the clan, or the guild. So it's all based off of knowledge and the sharing of knowledge and interacting with knowledge.
Right.
So. There's actually a chance that if you do that, you may meet my character on Wednesday night game. So, my character is currently trying to join it because I want to find people that can craft or that can help me learn to make golems. So, oh, did you see the pictures? The images that I sent?
Depends on when the stars. Yes.
No, in Skype. If you click the little upper right-hand corner, there's a little thing that looks like a chat window, like a text box, like in a comic book style.
Oh, one that looks like an alien.
Yeah, that's actually a chibi version of him. That's a rough sketch. If you click the picture below that, it'll actually pull up what he looks like. He is a construct.
Oh, did you put it in there as a file?
Yeah, it came in as a file because it was too large to send as a picture.
Ah, got it.
I'm working on different styles of art to see how I like making them. I'm just playing around with the sketchpad mostly. So... he's kind of intimidating as fuck looking, I think.
Shit, now how do I access a file?
You should just be able to click the blue square and it should just open it.
Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks badass.
Doesn't he? I like him.
Yes.
He started off as a psionic character, so he's learning, he's interesting base, but the way Krams is letting me play him, I'm actually going to be multi-classing in a wizard, and I'm going to be using the alternate rules in the Dungeon Master Guide for spellcasting, which allows you to use spell points, and we're going to count those as power points, the same thing, working together. So I'm a multi-class mystic and wizard, and I'm leaning towards Thurge, but I might go transmutation. Because he's kind of obsessed with the concept of... Because right now, I'm, like, this character, he is a one-of-a-kind. He is the only Warforged that has sentience. I want to know why. Why am I sentient and the rest are not? How can I make more sentient of my race? You know, so he's obsessed with constructs. I'm going to be making a homunculus. I cannot wait to make a homunculus.
I don't even know what that is.
A homunculus, if you... I've never had one, actually, in all the time I played D&D. It costs 500 gold to get the Let's see. 500 gold to get the or the book to do it, and then it costs 500 gold to create it too. There's the thing of it. What it looks like. It's a familiar that doesn't take up a familiar slot. It's a constructed familiar out of clay. It's an extension of yourself, sharing thoughts, senses, and language through a mystic bond. You can only have one homunculus at a time, which is sad, but you can have a homunculus and a familiar.
Right.
But it has the shared mind thing, so it has a telepathic bond. As long as you are on the same plane of existence, you can see through its eyes and talk to it.
Nice.
Like, I totally have this plan for making a business in the game, and having my homunculus set up there as like a security camera, so even when I'm gone, I know what's going on at the business. And since my character has a telepathic thought thing, kind of like Pink's character does, I can actually think through the homunculus to talk to people in the shop. So,
oh no, that's awesome. That's
isn't
great.
it? Like, it's like about the size of a squirrel. Although I don't like that image of the homunculus there. The one I prefer is from, I want to say it was 2nd edition, maybe it was 3rd. Let me see if I can find just a regular image of it that I like. Let's see. Here's the little guy that I like. It's 3.5 is where it was. Ugly little shit.
Yeah, he's ugly as sin.
I love it though. I freaking love it. So
Sitting right in the middle of the counter, next to the register.
sitting there grunting because it can't actually speak. So, but they are intelligent little creatures. So, but that's an interesting thing I'm gonna have fun with, I think. Looking forward to it, actually. But my character is trying to build constructs. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to make a warforged horse and all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm just obsessed with constructs. But yeah, now that you've seen the other image, you can see him in that little, like, chibi version of him, right? Kind of stalking my character. The little alien one you were saying. He's just not colored in. That's just a rough, quick sketch of him. So, the blue one that you said looked like an alien. Scarred up and crap.
I don't see him in there.
In Skype, sorry. You open up the one image and then inside the other, in the chat, it actually sent the picture. Normally.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, now I got you.
He looks better. Like, I have it on the laptop that looks better than that. But this one just, I haven't had a chance to transfer it over to this computer yet. So. But.
Well, I'm hoping the idea that I come up with a little bit ago is going to pan out, but it's going to take some time for it to get even close to it, so we'll see what happens.
What's the idea?
Well, effectively speaking, at some point, as soon as we are like more well known and the renown of our deeds is getting up there, so where there's actually like more money coming my way and whatnot, I want to buy some land. So basically, I can have a ranch, and then I want to go out and find the. I wrote it down so I don't forget it. I want to go out and find the displacer beasts. Especially because if they're in packs, and I want to befriend them with animal friendship and whatnot,
okay,
and speak with animals and whatnot, and then I'm gonna start breeding them, basically.
Breeding them, butchering them, skinning them, selling them.
Well, but it would take time for it to actually happen, but it would end up doing a couple of different things. It would help some repopulation because I could very easily just willingly allow a good number of them to just roam free as they will. And then when they're getting older, then effectively that's when they could be, for lack of a better way to put it, harvested in order to make
let them die in
the
natural
bags
causes.
of holding. Yeah. And then if, like I said, if because they are intelligent, if some of them would want to leave in order to just enjoy, the freedom of their life, then okay, so be it, and like in a sense, it would be a safe haven for them to be able to breed and to be safe and secure.
Okay.
But then at the same time, like make no mistake, it's a little on the gruesome side, but it would ensure them being able to live, and then when their time comes, that's when the harvesting would take place, not before.
All right, you know how I've been giving you guys like rewards every time you complete a mission for the city?
Yeah.
The reward I have for when you guys beat the one that gets you to 5th level is pretty awesome. I'm stupid excited for it. But you guys have at least one more quest, more if you guys decide to go on more, before it comes time to do this other one. So.
Well, hopefully it takes a while to get there, I guess, because now I'm really excited too.
So you want it to take longer to get there?
Well, I mean, both. Like, I want it to take longer to get there, but I also want to hurry up and do it to find out what it is now.
Well, like I said, you got the mission you're on right now. I have one other mission planned, just as like, because I like to give a couple missions to get you guys some more items or some gold, so on and so on, in order to actually help boost your guys' characters a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you have the quest that's going to level you. When you guys do that, you'll be finally free of the bonds of Seaport. You're not required to help them with anything after that, which is, unless you fuck up again. We'll see how long it takes for Pink to do that. They'll give you a reward for it, and that reward is going to actually spark its own quest line, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So
yeah, then for all intents and purposes, honestly, I'm hoping that somebody does something somewhere along the way that throws any and all of your plans out of whack, and we end up doing something else.
After the fifth level, I have basic plans of what I want to happen, but if they don't happen, they don't happen. After 5th level, the game is 100% up to you guys. If you guys want to start building up an army to take over the world, you can do it. If you guys want to become the greatest adventurers, we can do it. If you guys want to become deities, there's ways to do it. I am not... all railroads are gone at 5th level.
Hopefully, we're actually managed to be able to stay together as a group when that happens.
Hopefully. You want a sneak peek of the prize?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I mean, I do, but no.
You're
no, thank you.
No, I do. Yes, no. So, dude, I'm pretty stoked. So it'll be interesting.
Oh, what is it? 10:15. Well, I do need to get going. I need to hit the bathroom, and then besides that, I need to go to the store before they close.
Yeah, I need to get ready for work. I have to leave, actually, in 15 minutes. So I really should go get ready. I just don't want to go to work right now.
Whoops. Oh, well.
But, alright,
I forgot I left my fucking game of Diablo sitting there, so I just wasted a Greater Rift Keystone.
Oh, well. Those are a dime a dozen anyway. Alright, man, I'll talk to you later.
Yep, have a good one.
Alright, bye.